Hello everybody, Galarian Sangvi here. Welcome to the next episode. In the last episode, Bede was trying to destroy a mural. Which he successfully did in order to try and get more wishing stars. Unfortunately, he got caught in the act by Chairman Rose and got kicked out of the gym challenge. But in doing so, we discovered behind the mural the truth of history, as it showed not only two heroes, but two Pokemon as well, wielding a sword and shield. Very interesting, don't you say? Anyway, if you want to get to Ballonlea, you need to make your way through Glimwood Tangle. Remember, in Glimwood Tangle, it's important to touch the mushrooms. Good to touch the mushrooms, but don't eat the mushrooms. Anyway, something to note. I mentioned in that there's a trade where you can get impotent. You can get impotent in Grim Tangle Angle, but you cannot get in here until you've beaten the gym and dealt with Bede, because there will be a Team Yell Grunt here that will be blocking your way. But anyway, into the woods. Glimwood Tangle. Now, like she said, we can touch these mushrooms. These mushrooms give us some form of illumination. But beware that some mushrooms are traps, as they will cause Pokemon to attack. Glimwood Tangle is a weird area, as it's, I believe, the only area in the game, unless I'm mistaken, that does not have overworld Pokemon in it. Like, you can find Pokemon here, but there's none in the overworld whatsoever. There are only maybe... Oh, wow. Okay. Note to self, even with not super effective, Ethan will just take out an Impotent in one hit. The only Pokemon that are in the overworld here are Impotent and one other Pokemon, but they revolve either going near them or touching the mushrooms. If you want to encounter the other Pokemon that lie in these woods, you have to actively go into the grass and trigger wild encounters. Are you looking for mushrooms? They give off light when you touch them. Let's beat the cook. By the way, is that name Derek? Now, one thing to note is that if you're looking for fairy-type Pokemon, Glimwood Tangle has a fair bit of fairy Pokemon types in it. So, yeah, if you're looking for a decent fairy type, you can find one here. Impotent is part fairy. Ethan is leveled up to level 42. Synotic. Who should I send? I'll send out Violet, because Hydra will not do well against a Synotic. But there are a few fairy-type Pokemon you can find, along with, I think, one or two ghost types. If you're playing Pokemon Shield, there is a Pokemon that lives exclusively in this area, which is the Galarian Ponyta. Galarian Ponyta can be found in this area. It can only be found in Shield, so if you're hoping to get a Galarian Ponyta, you cannot get it in Sword. The only way you can get it in Sword is by either you're lucky and you encounter a raid of it, or its evolution, or somebody trades you a Galarian Ponyta. That's the only way you can get it if you're playing Sword. Also, Glimwood Forest is very, very, very famous for something that the Pokemon Company did during Sword and Shield's promotion cycle. While it's getting promoted and, new Pokemon were being revealed and whatnot. Sinistee. Let's, get Violet out of there. So, if you don't know, the Pokemon Company, I forgot which month it was in, did a little something called a 24-hour live stream. The idea of the live stream is that Sonia has set up a camera in this forest to study the Pokemon that live in this forest. And it went on for 24 hours. Now, it wasn't like a proper live stream. It was pre-recorded, but it went on for the full 24 hours. So, you may be wondering, so people thought like, oh, we're gonna see tons of new Pokemon. Ooh, Psychic's good. I'll get rid of Expanding Force for Psychic. You know, we're gonna see tons of new Pokemon. You know, what Pokemon could be living in this forest? You know, people were somewhat excited for this thing because, you know, the reveal of potential new Pokemon. Hey, a strong trainer! That's rarer than rare mushrooms! So, you know, people were excited. I wasn't too overly excited to, you know, to watch this for a full 24 hours. So, I just caught up, so I only caught bits and pieces of it. And pretty much relied on information that came out from, you know, others. Like, from Celebi.net, Game Explain, you know, many reliable sources. So, the live stream happened, and to give the simplest sense of the word, nothing happened for like, I think, 22 or 23 hours of that live stream. Nothing happened. You would occasionally see a Pokemon go by. The most common Pokemon was Impotent. It was only near the end of... Oh, come on, why did that not capture? Well, I'm running away. It was only near the end of the live stream did Galarian Ponyta start to appear. But the live stream kind of messed with people because while Galarian Ponyta was showing up, people couldn't see it in its full entirety. Things would block the camera. Pokemon would walk by the camera when Galarian Ponyta ever showed up. Impotent would deliberately block the camera. Ooh, Morgan! This is the evolution of Impotent. Anyway, Impotent would purposely block the camera whenever Galarian Ponyta would appear. And the camera, I believe, would become all misty. Why is my quick balls not working? The camera would become all misty and foggy, and out of focus. Like, it was doing, like, every possible thing just to mess with people, so people couldn't see Galarian Ponyta. It wasn't until, I think, the last hour, or the last 30 minutes, did Galarian Ponyta officially got revealed, because it was shown on the camera without anything obscuring the camera. And people were very very angry at this live stream because, you know, there were people that stayed up for the full 24 hours for the live stream to watch it for any kind of news, you know, any kind of Pokemon reveal, any kind of news, you know, anything. And people were rightfully angry because for like 23 hours, nothing happened. And when stuff were happening, they were deliberately hiding Ponyta for a while. So, this forest has an infamous reputation because of that live stream. Now, I don't think people just outright hate the forest, but it is tied to that. And while the live stream on its own is interesting on paper, you know, having, you know, Pokemon show off an area of the game in the form of a live stream, while also, supposedly revealing new Pokemon as a result, people were down for the idea, but Pokemon handle it very, very poorly. Because again, nothing happened for the majority of that live stream. You could go look up video footage of this live stream, and for the full, for most of it, nothing happened. When it gets down on all fours, as if to beg for forgiveness, it is trying to lure opponents in so that way it can stab them with its spear-like hair. Ouch. Yeah, so for the most part, nothing happened in that live stream, which, like I've said before, upsetted a lot of people because a lot of people waste their time for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Only for like one Pokemon to be revealed. And that's it. One new Pokemon. Okay, I knew Double Kick would be weak. I didn't think it would be that weak. Let's try a headbutt. And you're gonna heal off some of that damage. Oh wait, you don't. That's not an immediate heal, but I believe on the next turn. I don't know if this forest counts as a dark area, so I would not rely on the dust balls. Because I never did look up if this area counts as a cave of some sort, because we are in a forest and it is really, really dark. But I don't know if this area affects the dust balls or not. If anybody could come forward with that information, does the effect of dust balls actually work in this forest? Oh, we caught a Swirlix before. I thought we didn't caught one before. That's why I went out of my way to catch it. Let's get... Now, let's avoid the double battle for now. So I remember that's the way we actually need to go. We get TM24 Snore. This attack is an interesting attack because it's the only Pokemon attack that I know of where you could use it while you're asleep. It basically gives you a way to attack while you are sleeping. Oh no. I guess we will do that double battle. Yeah, it basically gives you a way to attack the opponent while you are sleeping. Because normally while you're asleep, you are completely defenseless. But Snore gives you a way to actually attack back. It's just you're wasting a move slot. The railways are amazing, even though there are no railways in this forest whatsoever. They could carry lots of people and Pokemon at once. I come to ride the Galarian train. I wonder if meeting you would change my life. Well, there's no train near here. You're in the wrong location. Asian, if you want a train. Did it say dating or daring couple? Ooh, Kara is at a disadvantage. I'll have Gleam focus her attacks on that Ninetales. Oh, she traced Intimidate. Damn it! So my two physical attackers are weakened now. This is fun. So I'm probably not going to be able to take out that Ninetales in one hit that I'm hoping for. Razor Leaf. I took out that Curlia though. Ooh, what, you aimed for Gleam and not... Oh, because it's a double hitting move. No wonder. I'm about to say, why didn't you go for Kara? If Gleam wasn't intimidated, that Spark would have probably been enough to take out Ninetales. Whiff. And defeated the couple. A good way to forget the trouble of this loss would be to ride the train. Too strong. I guess I'll look for someone I can actually beat. Alright, let's put Ethan at front. You say anything? The railways are amazing. Watching the scenery rush by the window and arriving at a station. What an incredible time. Okay, so that was the dude that was talking. There's lots of people who are more or less amazing than you. So don't mind others too much. Still, why are you lot here? There's no trains in this forest whatsoever. We got some hyper potions. Get hyped. Some mushrooms react in interesting ways when you touch them. Judy. And Indeedee. So Indeedee is a very interesting Pokemon, to say the least. Ethan's not at a good advantage, or at least move-wise doesn't have anything that's good against Indeedee. There are two forms to Indeedee. This is the male form. Both male and female are exclusive to one version. If I remember correctly, the male version is exclusive to Sword, while the female version is exclusive to Shield. They act very similarly to I believe the Meowscarada line, where the male and female, I believe, learn different moves, and their stats are different. Also, if you're looking for Indeedee, they can be found here in Glimwood Forest. It's just the problem with it is that they are a very rare Pokemon. So you could be looking for a while for your Indeedee. Now, for some reason, she only has the males. I thought she had both male and female. Ethan levels up to level 43. Madams like to react in sad ways when we are defeated. Violet to the lead. Mushrooms that you touch will start glowing, but their glowing dims as time goes by. And here's that other Pokemon that you can find in the overworld. Morgan will ambush you. So let's just Moonblast it out of the way. There's nothing special about this Pokemon at all. It's the same as every other one you can find in a random encounter. Light the way. Luminous Moss. An item held by a Pokemon, it boosts the special defense if the holder is hit by a water type attack. It can only be used once, so that item can be useful if you want to boost somebody's special defense, but again, you have to rely on getting hit by water. And we get the TM U-turn, a good TM. After making its attack, the user rushes back to switch places with a party Pokemon in waiting. This attack can be a really useful move, as you can send a Pokemon in to scout your opponent's Pokemon, then use U-turn to get them out of there, and U-turn ignores any ability or move that would otherwise keep the Pokemon trapped in the battle. So like abilities like Arena Trap, U-turn can ignore that. Moves like Spider Web, U-turn can ignore that. Pretty much it is a guaranteed switch, regardless what the opponent does. Now, just a quick look around. Yep, I think that's the entirety of the forest, so let's go into town. To Ballonlea. And this is a very, very small town. As a matter of fact, this is the smallest town in the game. There's only like the Pokemon Center, I think 2 houses you can go into. A bit overwhelmed. A bit upset because this sounds like it would have been an awesome, fairy-like town, and it's very small for some reason. I was lured into town quite unexpectedly. This place is a bit hard to describe. Glowing mushrooms, mysterious mushrooms. They are all the pranks of fairy-type Pokemon. If you get lost in Glimwood Tangle, it's probably the work of fairy-type Pokemon. Let's get a nice heal in. Do. Everybody's rested up. Hello, little boy. Frank, that's my granddad's name. Granddad? If you remember, there was back in Hammerlock, there was a little girl that wanted us to deliver her love letter to a boy named Frank. But according to this kid, he's a grandfather? How does that make sense? Anyway, we'll check that out in just a moment. Fugaga! I am a Pokemon. Have battle with me. Listen for a sec. Scorbunny and Sizzlepede are different species, but they're still both Pokemon. Scorbunny and I are different species, just like Sizzlepede, and I are different too. If you think about it that way, there's no problem with me calling me a Pokemon. I don't mind. What? You don't have to worry about me. Even I know it's pretty lofty logic. I want to be a Pokemon once. You can be one. Hey, I got it. A change of fashion style could change the way I feel too. Basically, if I make myself feel ill the way a Pokemon does, it will be like I became a Pokemon, don't you think? Would you please put on some clothes with a fiery spirit that embodies my burning feelings? This guy requires you to put on some clothes. You will need to go to the Hammerlock and buy the fire type clothing. That is the clothing he wants to see. If I remember to do it, I'll show it off, but I don't think it gives you anything worthwhile, if I remember correctly. Opal's gym stadium is also a small theater. Opal has been a gym leader for a long time. Are you looking for Frank? That would be me, yes. What's this? You got a letter addressed to me. We handed the old letter to the old man. Now who could be sending me letters? Oh, why it's from Paula. That takes me back ages. Paula was the name of a girl I spent all my time playing when I was a young lad. She fell ill and didn't tell me though. She kept it a secret just how sick she was. We ended up having a great row about it. Then I moved away not long after that fight. I never met her again after the day I left. How was she? Did she look well? Dear old Paula. Old? She was a little girl. And according to you, this was ages ago? What's going on? I guess she looked well. That's a comfort to hear. I reckon I ought to give you something for for this gift for this a gift you brought. For you brought me back a piece of my youth. We got the choice scarf. The choice scarf is a very, 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 very loved item in the competitive scene. Basically, if it is the same scarf I'm remembering correctly, it's an item held by a Pokemon. This curious scarf boosts speed, but only allows the user to use one move. This item is well loved in the competitive scene and can actually make some Pokemon absolutely monsters to deal with if they have the right stats and right moves. The downside of this choice scarf is that you're locked in whatever move you use. So yeah, it's not my kind of item, but the competitive scene really loves this item. Do you have a dear friend in your life? Make sure you treasure those dear to you while you have them close. Hey, what are you doing in the corner? Hey, don't interrupt our conversation. You're having a conversation with the wall? Okay, this is very weird. Especially since we gave a letter from a little girl to an old man, and according to that old man, it's been years since they last saw each other? What is going on? We're gonna have to check on that girl when we get back to Hammerlock. Over here, we got 2 big mushrooms. And the last house we can go into. Oh, look at you, defeated Slow-Inside's gym leader, huh? You probably know your way around a TM like this one. In that case, we get TM77 Hex. Now, this woman is weird, as if you're playing Shield, she will give you a completely different TM. And as you know, this attack gets boosted in power if the opponent is affected by status conditions. Just look when I use Liquid to try and capture a Riolu. Didn't go well. Having your Pokemon learn moves of different types can be a real help, you know. Evolution is tricky for our Pokemon trainers. If a Pokemon evolves, it gets stronger, but its appearance will change. Do you want to know how to make your Pokemon strong without evolving it? Why, yes. Okay, I'll teach you about battling. Let's have a Pokemon battle. Time to face this breeder. And oh! Dottler! Let me get Violet out of there and send in Alex. Because I think bug-type moves are still super effective on a Psychic Sub-Fairy. Light Screen. Against special moves, but you made a fatal mistake because Pyro Ball is a physical move. If the attack actually works. Great work, Alex. You just gave the opponent a chance to boost their power against physical moves. Now your physical attack's only going to do half the damage. Why did you miss? We could have taken out that Dottler if they didn't get a chance to use Reflect. Run up with it with a Flame Charge. At least I know that's gonna hit. And Violet levels up. I didn't expect you to be able to breach Dottler's solidarity. Even though my Dottler hasn't evolved yet, it was hard to take down, wasn't it? The secret is this Eviolite. And we get an Eviolite. This is a well-loved item. Basically, an Eviolite, when it is a mysterious evolutionary lamp, that when held by a Pokemon that can still evolve, it raises both defense and special defense. And it boosts it by a lot, if I remember correctly. This can make a lot of This makes a lot of Pokemon competitively viable, as they are more likely to survive against the more stronger Pokemon. This can easily throw off a lot of competitive players depending on what Pokemon are used. There are a few limitations on the Eviolite, as you can guess. A fully evolved Pokemon cannot use this item, as if they're fully evolved, they do not get the boost. And if you give it to a Pokemon that does not evolve at all, they also do not get the boost. The Pokemon you give it to must still be able to evolve in some way, shape, or form. So like the Dodler, because it's in its mid-stage and didn't fully evolve, it can still use the Eviolite. But if you give it to a Pokemon that doesn't evolve, like say most legendaries would be a good example, they will not get the boost of the item. If you let a Pokemon that can still evolve hold on to this Eviolite, the Pokemon's defense and special defense will go up. So, it is a good item to grab. But anyway, in the next episode, we will go into the Fairy Gym and take it on. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later, everybody.